Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for joining. So we'll start our Bhakti Vaibhav class, and we are in chapter 14. Let's offer our prayers of Mangalacharan and then we'll go ahead. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदां सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी शिराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna, thank you once again for your very kind association. So we are in chapter 14. So let me share my screen. So this chapter 14 of Canto 1 is entitled The Disappearance of Lord Shri Krishna. Krishna, he appears and he disappears. He comes for some specific purpose and then he winds up his pastimes and he goes back. So all the incarnations of Lord Shri Krishna, it's all is appearing and is disappearing. We don't celebrate the disappearance of the Supreme Lord, but for the saints we do, right? For the sages we do, for the acharyas, we celebrate their disappearance day too. So here, Sutta Goswami to Naimisharanya Rishis, he is explaining now that how when Arjun, he went to Dwarka, he went for two reasons mainly. And one reason was to see the Lord, to meet all the relatives. And the second reason was to know about the future plans, the future activities of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. But when Arjun left, so Arjun was not there when Vidura came, when Narad Muni came. See, in the previous chapter, we saw that how Narad Muni revealed the future movements of Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and Vidura, that how Dhritarashtra also left and engaged himself in Ashtanga Yoga. Gandhari also, when Dhritarashtra departed, Gandhari also entered into that funeral fire and she undergoes sati. And Vidura, he left for pilgrimage yatra. So at that time when Narad Muni came, Vidura came, Arjun was not there in Hastinapur because Arjun has went to Dwarka. And the reasons that Sutta Goswami gives is that he went to meet all the relatives and also to know about the future plans of Lord Sri Krishna. But Arjun didn't return timely. So Yudhishthir Maharaj he got very anxious to know that what has happened, why Arjun has yet not come back. And when he was contemplating on all this, he started experiencing some bad omens. And I think so, some of the omens have been covered in the last class, that how his left side was twitching. And he was feeling, because for the males, left side twitches, it shows the inauspiciousness. And for the females, the right side twitching is considered to be inauspicious. So, but before that, we saw that how Maharaj Yudhishthir started seeing some irregularities in time. People were becoming more deceitful because Maharaj Yudhishthir's kingdom was same as Ramarajya. So there were no untimely death, there were no miseries, there were no sufferings. The seasons were proper, the crops were proper, the earth was giving abundance of food. So everything was very nice. But suddenly Maharaj Yudhishthir started experiencing that people are becoming deceitful. They have accepted the wrong means to live there, to earn their livelihood. And even the dealings between with the father, with the mother, among the brothers, among the sisters, it was quarrelsome. And seeing this, Yudhishthir Maharaj was thinking, and he called Bhima and he said that I have sent Arjun to Dwarka to know about Supreme Lord, but he has not returned. I don't know what's the reason. And then he started contemplating that is it that Narad Muni, because Narad Muni has already told in a hinting form, not directly, but he hinted Yudhishthir Maharaj that time has come when Krishna has to wind up his pastimes. So he was thinking that maybe that time has arrived that Krishna is winding up his pastimes, because of which I'm seeing all these bad omens. So this was the thought process that was going on in the mind of Maharaj Yudhishthir, and he was sharing this all to Bhimsen, his younger brother. So I'll share the screen. I think so we have to start from verse 11, 14. Anyone remembers? Or I'll see the message. Which verse we have to start?
Mataji, I think it's 9, Mataji. From 9.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Sodhamani Mataji. So this is text number 9. यस्मन्ना सम्पदो राज्यं दारा प्राणाकुलं प्रजा आसन् सपत्नविजयो लोकश्च यद् अनुग्रहात्. So from him only. Yeah, Sadhavani Mataji, can you read the translation?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. From him only all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have been possible. All this is due to His causeless mercy upon us.
Mm. Thank you, Mataji. So this is Yudhishthira Maharaj speaking this to Bhimsen. And he is telling that from him only, from him means from Lord Sri Krishna only. Because Yudhishthira Maharaj was thinking that now maybe the words of Narad Muni are coming true. The time has come when Lord Krishna will be winding up his pastimes. So he is remembering that it is because of the presence of Lord Sri Krishna on earth that they have attained this kingly opulences. Because this entire battle of Kurukshetra was won by the Pandavas only by the causeless mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. So Maharaj Yudhishthira is remembering that their victory over enemies, their family, their children, their wives, everything is because of Lord Sri Krishna. And not only that, it is also that their future accommodations in higher planets. So he knows that even their destination after death is also ascertained by Lord Sri Krishna. So he is remembering that how the presence of Lord Krishna in their life has been always so auspicious. Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Material prosperity. This is what is material prosperity. What does it consist of? It consists of a good wife. Good wife here not only means the female, but also the good husband, because it is for both. So means a good spouse, and good spouse means those who help each other in the spiritual advancement. But also in the material way also, good spouse means taking care of each other. Good home, sufficient land, good children, aristocratic family relations, victory over competitors, by some pious work, attainment of accommodation in higher celestial planets, for better facilities of material amenities. All this is considered to be a material prosperity. And these facilities are earned not only by one's hard manual labor or by unfair means, but it is only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And that is what is Yudhishthir Maharaj is remembering. This is known as being grateful or offering gratitude towards Lord Sri Krishna. Materialistic person can think, oh, I have this good wife, good land, good children, and lot of opulences because of my hard work. So there ahankara buddhi comes, right? That I am the karta. What is happening is because of me. But that is a materialistic point of view. That is the understanding. But a person who is devotional, who is spiritual, like Maharaj Yudhishthir, they know that everything is because of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And mercy of the Supreme Lord can come in any form. So even if the miseries, even if the calamities come, Maharaj Yudhishthir has always been grateful. That is known as Kritagnyata. To give gratefulness, to be grateful, having the heart of gratitude. And the more we have this gratitude, the more we'll attract the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Prosperity earned by one's personal endeavor, Prabhupada is writing, also depends on the mercy of the Lord. Because we can make our plans, but man proposes, God disposes. So Prabhupada is writing that even those who are thinking, who have been earning because of their hard work, is also possible only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Personal labor must be there in addition to Lord's benediction. But without the Lord benediction, no one is successful simply by personal labor. This is what is Damodar Leela. Our own endeavor and at the same time the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna. Mercy can still come even if we don't have some personal labor. And we all are the live examples of this. That we all are Kripa Siddhas. We don't have any adhikar, we don't have any eligibility, but still Prabhupada and his disciples have been very merciful to accept us. So mercy can still come, but personal endeavor is also important. So Prabhupada is writing, personal endeavor must be there in addition. We all are Kripa Siddhas. We all have been the result of the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. But still, if we don't perform our sadhana, then we cannot attract the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. So our sadhana is also very important. So it's both the ways. It's our endeavor and the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. Now Prabhupada is saying this is must. Our personal labor is must. But without the mercy, without the Lord's benediction, even our labor will not be successful. Mother Yashoda tried hard to bind Lord Sri Krishna. But if the Kripa Shakti would have not come in front, it was impossible for Mother Yashoda also to bind the Supreme Lord. The modernized man of Kali Yuga believes in personal endeavor, but they denies the benediction of the Supreme Lord, which is wrong. Even a great sannyasi of India delivered speeches in Chicago protesting the benedictions of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada is writing, he's remembering. But as far as the Vedic Shastras is concerned, as we find in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate sanction for all success rests in the hand of the Supreme Lord. There's a very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, I don't remember, or maybe from some other scriptures, where it says that even the doctors cannot do. Yes, we go to the doctors, we approach our parents when their time comes for the miseries, but even they become helpless if Krishna doesn't sanction. Okay, so everything has to be sanctioned by the Supreme Lord, and that is what is known as that a blade of grass doesn't move if Krishna doesn't sanctions. It is only by his will. So ultimate protection, it looks like, oh, doctor saved us, we were in some problem, we were in some miseries. Doctors are there, they saved us. But we have to understand that the ultimate protection is coming from that Supreme Lord. The doctor who helped us was just instrumental in this doing, in saving us. But ultimate protection is coming from Lord Shri Krishna. So the ultimate sanction for all success rests in the hand of the Supreme Lord. I think so, as Praladananda Prabhu is sharing that because of mother's hard work, the whole body became covered with this, and Lord Shri Krishna saw this and therefore he agreed to be bound. Thank you, Prabhu. So, but as far as, yes, so the ultimate sanction for all success rests in the hand of the Supreme Lord. And Maharaj Yudhishthir admits this truth in his personal success. And it behooves one to follow in the footsteps of a great king and devotee of the Lord to make life successful. Mahajena Gata Sapantha, that we have to follow in the footsteps of the great Mahajans. If one could achieve success without the sanction of the Lord, then no medical practitioner would fail to cure a patient. But still the doctors fail. Why? Because the ultimate protection is coming from the Supreme Lord. Despite the most advanced treatment of the suffering patient by the most up-to-date medical practitioner, there is death, which is 100%. Prabhupada was asked, what is the mortality rate in India versus what is there in America? And Prabhupada says, doesn't matter, it is 100%. Because death is inevitable. And even in the most hopeless case, without medical treatment, a patient is cured astonishingly. Therefore, the conclusion is that the God's sanction is the immediate cause for all happenings, good or bad. Any successful man should feel grateful to the Lord for all he has achieved. When we are grateful, as His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj always quotes, that a grateful heart can only be the recipient of Krishna's mercy. So if we want to attract the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna, we have to be grateful in every situation we are in. And we can learn this from the life of all the Pandavas, how much they went through, so many problems, so many miseries they all went through. But they were grateful to Krishna. And now, when they have got all the opulences and they have got their kingdom, but still they are also being grateful to Krishna that it is because of his mercy. So sometimes it happens when the happiness is there in our life, which is very, very rare, which is not actually a happiness, it's a flickering happiness. But sometimes we experience some material happiness in our life. At that time, we forget Lord. But when some miseries comes, we always crave, we always go and crib and cry in front of the Supreme Lord that why me, why me? But when happiness comes, then we don't ask the Supreme Lord that why me? Why you chose me to give all the happiness? And that's the tendency the jiva has. So irrespective whatever the situation is, whatever the circumstances is, we have to be grateful to Krishna. Only then we will, that is what is known as surrenderance. Surrenderance doesn't mean that we just be surrendering to Krishna only when the time is conducive or when the time is happy. Only then we say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But otherwise, we don't. But that's not the right way. The right way is that in either situation, no matter what, we have to surrender to Krishna, we have to be grateful to Him because the Supreme Lord is Suhrit Sarva Bhutanam. He is the ever well wisher. Because sometimes the tablet is bitter, sometimes the tablet is sweet. The doctor sometimes gives the tablets, they give the small medicines, some capsules. Sometimes they are bitter, sometimes they are sweet, but ultimately they are for our benefit to cure us. Similarly, in our life, sometimes we experience misery, sometimes we experience happiness, and we should be grateful in both the situation to Lord Shri Krishna because both the situation makes us realize something, makes us learn something, and brings us more closer to the Supreme Lord. So that should be our mentality. That should be the mentality of a devotee, that the devotee surrenders. And Yudhishthir Maharaj is also remembering the same, that it is all due to his causeless mercy upon us, and he is sharing his heart to Bhimsen. Prabhuji has shared something else. Yeah, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Oh, this is seventh canto. My Lord Narsimhadev. Yes, thank you, Prabhu. This is the verse. I was thinking it's some 11th canto, but this is by Prahlad Maharaj. My Lord Narsimhadev, O Supreme Lord, because of the bodily conception of life, embodied souls neglected and not cared for you. You cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. For example, a father and mother cannot protect their child. A physician and medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient, but a boat of the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. So nothing is possible if Krishna's mercy is not there. Thank you, Prahladananda Prabhu. Text 10. पश्योत्पातान्यरव्याघ्रा दिव्यान् भौमान् सह सदाहिकान् दारुणं समष्टोधुरात् भयं नो बुद्धिमनोनहम्. Somebody can read the translation.
Krishna Mataji. Just see, O man with the tiger strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions, and bodily pains, all very dangerous in themselves, are foreboding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So now Yudhishthir Maharaj is telling, see the miseries. So what miseries now? It's the bad omens that Yudhishthir Maharaj is experiencing. And that bad omens that he is experiencing is by all means. Some by celestial influence, which are known as Divyan, some by earthly reactions, which is known as Bhauman, Some are by bodily pains, which are known as dahikan, means from our body. They all indicate danger, which is coming in the near future, and that is going to delude the person. Buddhi mohanam, that is going to delude our intelligence. So now Yudhishthir Maharaj is experiencing that. Prabhupada is writing, material advancement of civilization means advancement of the reactions of the three mold of miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions, bodily and mental pains. By the celestial influence of the stars, there may be calamities. All this we know. There are different miseries. Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Daivik. This is Adi Daivik, where the calamities come, like excessive heat, cold, rain, or sometimes no rains, and sometimes a flood, sometimes famine, sometimes disease, sometimes epidemic. All this is Adi Bhautik. Adi Daivik, through Daivatas, through higher planetary people. The aggregate result is agony of the body and the mind. So no matter it is Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik or Adi Daivik, but ultimately we are perturbed. Our intelligence is disturbed. And we are the ones who suffer. Man-made material science cannot do anything to counteract these threefold miseries. They are all punishment from the supreme energy of Maya under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Because Maya works under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is Mayadhish. He is the Lord of Maya. Therefore, our constant touch with the Lord by devotional service can give us relief from being disturbed by the discharge of the human duties. It is very important line that Prabhupada writes. Miseries will not go away, never ever. They will be there with us because this place is Dukkhalayam. This place is known as Dukkhalayam, which is full of dukkha. So, what can go? Either we can get the strength to bear those problems, those calamities, or we will get the right intelligence to perceive those problems in the right perspective, to see those in the right perspective. But the miseries will still be there. So, what can protect us? It's only through devotional service. When we are connected with the Supreme Lord, then only we will get the right intelligence to perceive the miseries, and also we will get the strength to bear those miseries. But the miseries will come. So when we sign this contract of Krishna consciousness with our spiritual master, with Srila Prabhupada, that doesn't mean that from here onwards the miseries will not come. Sometimes people say, well, we have joined Krishna consciousness. I've been chanting for months, for years, but still I'm facing this problem, that problem. Yes, the problems will come. There in the contract was written that from here onwards there will be no problem. Your life will be very smooth. No, nowhere it's written. Read the contents properly before you sign. Right? But what was written? That the problems will come, but you will get enough strength and intelligence to bear that problem, to see that problem in the right perspective. So, and that is only possible by devotional service, because through devotional service can give us relief without being disturbed in the discharge of our human duties. Krishna consciousness doesn't give you guarantee of smooth ocean, but can give you the guarantee of unsinkable boat. That you will be protected even though the calamities will come, even though there are turbulence in the oceans, even though the ocean is wild, but still your boat will be protected, because that boat is the boat of Krishna consciousness. That boat is the boat of surrenderance to the Supreme Lord. The Asuras, however, do not believe in the existence of God. They make their own plans. They counteract all these to counteract all these threefold miseries, but they fail miserably. And so they meet with failures every time. The Bhagavad Gita clearly states that the reaction of material energy is never to be countered. Daiviyesha gunamai mama maya durattaya. Krishna says it's impossible. Why? Because this is my maya. And that maya which is divine, which is Daivi, how can you counteract that? She is working under my direction. I am the Ishvara. I am the superintendent of that Maya, of that illusory energy. So how can you counteract it? No, the jiva doesn't have that eligibility also to do so, but can still do it. Mameva hi prapadyante, mayam etam tarantite. But those who surrender unto me, they are always in the safe hands. They can simply by overcome by one who surrenders fully in devotion under the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Now we are in text number 11. So from 11 to 20, the bad omens that Yudhishthir Maharaj has explained in the verse number 10, that how he is influencing Divyan, Bhauman, Dahikan, and all these miseries that he's been experiencing by these different means, he will be explaining now one by one. So from 11 to 20, there are not much more purports to it. So what we will do is we'll quickly go through the Sanskrit, and everybody can read the translation turn by turn. And there is nothing much to explain because these are just the simple bad omens. Even Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has not given much commentary on this, and Prabhupada has also not written much purports. So we can quickly go through that section. But yes, for the course, for as a Bhakti Vaibhav course, you should know all these bad omens, because a question can be asked on this, that what were the bad omens that were experienced by Yudhishthir Maharaj through celestial planets, through bodily, through earthly things. So you should know. As a part of course, you should memorize all these bad omens, because it may come for as in an exam it can come. Okay. Text 11. उरुवक्षी बहावो मह्यं स्फुरन्ति अङ्गा पुनः पुनः वेपतश्चापि हृदये आराधश्यन्ति विप्रियम्. Yeah, somebody can read the translation.
The left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are all quivering again and again. I'm having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Lalita Mataji. So now he is experiencing the left things to be twitching, quivering again and again. Sometimes our eyes also twitch, right? So as I mentioned in the start of the class, when the left side twitches of the male, that is inauspicious, but it is auspicious for the female. But when and the right side twitches, it is good for the males, but it is inauspicious for the ladies. Now here, Maharaj Yudhishthir, who is in the male body, he is experiencing that all his left side of the body is quivering, like his thighs, his arms, and his eyes. They are all quivering, and therefore he is getting tensed. And because of that anxiety, because of that tension, he is having the heart palpitations, means his heartbeat is increasing due to that fear, because he doesn't know what's going to happen. Why Arjun has not returned from Dwarka? Is everything okay? So he's thinking that some undesirable happenings may be there. Prabhupada writes, material existence is full of undesirables. Things we do not want are forced upon us by that superior energy of the Supreme Lord. And we do not see that these undesirables are under the grip of the three modes of material nature. When a man's left eye arm quiver constantly, one must know that something is going to happen which is undesirable. And these undesirables are compared to a fire in a forest. See how beautiful Prabhupada is writing. No one goes to the forest to set fires. No one specifically goes, but fires automatically takes place in the forest, creating some inconceivable calamities for the living beings in the forest. Such a fire cannot be extinguished by any human efforts. The fire can be only extinguished by the mercy of the Lord, who sends clouds to pour water in the forest. Similarly, what is this verse? Anybody knows this verse? Quickly.
संसारदावानललिढलोका त्राणाय कारुण्यघना घनत्वं प्राप्तस्य कल्याणगुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्.
Thank you, Tulsi Gopi Mataji. So this is our Guru Ashtakam. We start our day with Guru Ashtakam. We remember Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Guru Ashtakam. And this is the very first verse, that this samsara is davagni, means it's a forest fire. Nobody lights fire in the forest, but it happens on its own. Nobody wants miseries in our life, but it comes on its own accord. But since that fire cannot be extinguished by any human effort, similarly, the miseries can also in our life can also not be given up by some our endeavor. But that can happen only by the mercy of the Lord or his representative. So the fire can be extinguished only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends clouds to pour water in the forest. Similarly, the problems in our life can also be mitigated by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, who sends his representatives as our Shri Guru Vargas, who pour this water, the rains, so that can extinguish the fire in our life. So the undesirable happenings in life cannot be checked by the number of plans we make. Such miseries can be removed only by the mercy of the Lord, who sends his bona fide representatives to enlighten human beings and thus save them from all calamities. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. So we are born in ignorance, but that Supreme Lord, who is a representative of that spiritual master, who is the representative of the Supreme Lord, he comes with the torchlight of knowledge and he removes all the darkness, all the ignorance that is there. So all this is being remembered by Yudhishthir Maharaj. And now Yudhishthir Maharaj is thinking this is the very first omen that he is experiencing, that his left side of the body was quivering. And this indicated him that some undesirable happening is going to take place. Okay, text 12. Shivaishodantam adityam abhirauti analahana mam anga sharameyoyam abhirebhati abhiruvat. Somebody can read translation.
Hare Krishna Matari. Just see, O Bhima, how the she-jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dog barks at me fearlessly.
Thank you, Mataji. So these are the bad omens that were indicating something undesirable in the near future. So as far as the body is concerned, see in the previous verse we saw, right? Divyan, Bhauman, Sadaihikan, through body, through earthly things, and through celestial planets. Some inauspicious is indicating to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So now in this verse we saw body thing, we saw that through body how he came to know the bad omen is that his left side was twitching and was quivering. Now come the animals part. Through animals, he was also experiencing that the she-jackal was crying at the rising sun and was vomiting fire. So when the jackal cries, and of course the dogs also when they cries, it shows inauspiciousness, and especially at the time when the sun is rising. So the she-jackal was crying. So that also indicated to Yudhishthir Maharaj that something undesirable is going to happen. And the dogs were barking at him fearlessly. So this was regarding the animals part that he was experiencing. This 13th also through animals only will continue. Shashta kurvanti mam swayam dakshidam pashavo vahamscha purusha vyagraha lakshe rudato mamaha. So now Shashtaha kurvanti mam swayam means mam savyam. Savyam means on the left side. So the cattle were going on the left side. Let's see the translation. Somebody can read. We'll quickly go through translation and verses only.
O Bhimasena, tiger amongst men, now useful animals like cows are passing me on my left side, and lower animals like the asses are circumambulating me. My horses appear to weep upon seeing me.
Thank you. So this is like clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, so the useful animals were passing me on my left side, means they were going counterclockwise. So that is also inauspicious. And the lower animals, like the asses, they were circumambulating him, but they were doing it in a clockwise direction. So, and his horses also appeared to weep upon seeing Yudhishthir Maharaj. So these are the omens, bad omens that Yudhishthir Maharaj was experiencing through animals. Okay, so body we saw, but through animals, what we saw? She-jackal, she was crying at the rising sun, and the dogs were barking. Useful animals like cows, they were circumambulating counterclockwise. They were passing him on his left side, and the lower animals were circumambulating him from the right side, means the clockwise. And the horses seems to weep. These are the through animals. Now we'll see through birds. मृत्युदूताकपोतोऽयम् उलुकः कम्पयन्मनः प्रत्युलुकाश्च कुह्वैर्निर्विश्वं वैशून्यमिच्छता. Mrityuduta kapoto. Kapoto means the pigeon. He is considered to be the messenger of death. So ulukaha. Uluka means owl. Kampayan manaha. So all this, seeing the owl, seeing the pigeon, that was Kampayan Manaha, was making his mind, the mind of Yudhishthira Maharaj, to be tremble, Kampan hona. Pratyulukas, the Uluka's enemies. So owl is the Uluka. Pratyuluka refers to crows, who are the enemies of owls. Chah kuvaner, and kuvane means they were screaming loudly, but not in a palatable sound, but in a very screaming, shrieking voice. As if Vishwam Vaishunyam Ichchata, as if they have the Ichcha, they have the desire to vacate, to finish off the entire universe. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeling as if the universe is going to come to an end. Why? Because he's having this thought that Lord Krishna is planning to wind up his pastime, because he didn't know yet that Yadus are gone and Krishna and Balram has also winded up. But now he is just having this contemplation in his mind that maybe, because Narad Muni has told, so maybe that time has come that Krishna will be winding up his pastime soon. So with him, Krishna leaving this world looks like the entire world will come to an end. So therefore he's saying all these, means the pigeon, the owls, the crows, they were screaming, and it looks like Vishwam Vaishunyam Ichchata, as if they have the desire to make the entire world or universe void, finish off. Somebody can read translation.
Just see, this pigeon is like a messenger of death. The shrieks of the owls and their rival crows make my heart tremble. It appears that they want to make a void of the whole universe.
Thank you. So when he was seeing pigeon, it was looking like that he is a messenger of death. Actually, pigeons are not considered to be the messenger of death. But that's what was going in the heart, in the mind of Yudhishthira Maharaj, that he was seeing pigeon also as a messenger of death. Now he will see about the Panchabhutas in the 15th verse. Dhumra disha paridhyaya kampate bhusahadribi nirgahatascha mahamstata sakam cha stanayait bhuhi. So now he's saying Dhumra disha paridhyaya. Dhumra disha means all the directions. They were full of smoke. Dhumra. Kampate bhu. And there was a kampan, there was a trembling. Among what? Saha adribhi. Along adri means the mountains or the hills. So along with the hills and mountains, the earth was trembling. Bhu means the earth. Earth was trembling along with Saha adribhi. Means the earth was trembling along with the hills and mountains. And nirgahatascha mahamstata. From the sky, what is happening? There was a thundering sound that was coming, but there were no clouds. So thundering comes when the clouds are there, but there were no clouds, still there was a thundering sound that was coming. Somebody can read translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada. Just to see how the smoke encircles the sky, it appears that the earth and the mountains are throbbing. Just hear the cloudless thunder and see the bolts from the blue. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So this is from the Panchabhutas. And what are the Panchabhutas? That is earth, fire, water, air, ether. So now he's seeing, now continuing from Panchabhutas, he's seeing. So this is about the sky and earth. Now he's saying about Vayu, means the air. Vayurvati khara sparsho rajasa vishrujam stamaha ashrik varshanti jalada vibhistam iva sarvata. Somebody can read translation.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, my daughter wants to read.
Go ahead, please.
The wind blows violently, blasting dust everywhere and creating darkness. Clouds are raining everywhere with bloody disasters.
Thank you, dear. What's your name?
Nishtha.
Jai. Nishtha Devi ki Jai. Thank you, beta. The wind blows violently. So the wind is also, the Vayu is blowing violently, blasting dust everywhere and creating darkness. Raja. Raja means the dust. It was creating lot of dust, and that dust was creating all kind of tamha, all kind of darkness. Clouds are raining everywhere, but there was not water, but there was blood. So there was a bloody rain, the bloody disaster was coming from the clouds. Suryam hata prabham pasya graham mardam mitho divis sashankuler bhuta ganer jwalati varodasi. So now Surya, about the sun, what was happening? Hata prabham pasya. Just see, Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling Bhimsen that even the Surya looks like that the effulgence or the light that was emanating by Surya Dev was also diminishing. Graha Mardam Mitho Devi, and even all the planets, they are mixing together and they are creating disturbance, they are creating clashes among themselves. And all the jivas, bhutagane, all the living entities are as if they are crying. They have been ignited and they have been crying. So that's how Yudhishthira Maharaj is experiencing. Yes, somebody can read translation.
The rays of the sun are declining, and the stars appear to be fighting amongst themselves. Confused living entities appear to be ablaze and weeping. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So astrologically, it means that the sun is getting very close to the other planets in the sky. That's why he's saying that Graham Mardam, there was a clashing in the stars. So astrologically, Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeling that the time is not conducive. Okay, text 18. Nadyo nadascha shobhita saramshi cha mamasi cha na jalati agniraknena kaloyam kim vidashyati. Somebody can read translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam. Rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoir, and the mind are all perturbed. Butter no longer ignites fire. What is this extraordinary time, and what is going to happen? Krishna Mataji, from the previous verse, like 17, all the stars and everything is clashing. Then like it was quite opposite when Krishna was appearing, every stars and everything and perfectly aligned with the situation mentioned in Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Thank you, Param Bhavani. Very nice. Yes. When Krishna and Mahaprabhu, when they were appearing, all the stars were very nicely aligned in their spaces. But now, when the stars are clashing among each other, which also shows that time has come when Krishna will be winding up his pastime, or winding up his pastime soon, that's the perspective of Yudhishthira Maharaj, but Krishna has already winded up his pastimes. Yeah, because the stars are appearing to fight among themselves. All the rivers, they were also ponds, reservoirs, all were perturbed. And along with that, his mana was also perturbed, was very disturbed. Na jolati agniraknena, butter no longer ignites fire. Actually, that's the quality of a butter. As soon as the butter is poured in the fire, fire is ignited, right? So that means that also shows that people or the things, they will be leaving their own dharma. Like the dharma of the water is to flow, dharma of sweet is to create sweetness, dharma of butter is to ignite fire. So they will be losing their dharma. So the living entities will not become dharmic, they will become adharmic. And the things will also be very polluted. Why the butter will not ignite fire? The butter's tendency is to ignite fire. But that means there will be mixture, means there will be no pure butter available. Everything will be mixed because Kali Yuga is going to start. So everything will become contaminated. So now Yudhishthira Maharaj is thinking, Kaloyam kim vidashyati, means what is going to happen, what time is going to come, what is this that I am experiencing. So this way, Maharaj Yudhishthira's mind was perturbed, was disturbed. Na pibanti stanam vatsa, na duhyanti cha matara, rudanti ashru mukha gavo, na hrishanti rishabhavraje. Na pibanti stanam vatsa. The vatsa, the calf, is not drinking, is not sucking the teats of the is not sucking the teats of the cows. Nah duyanti cha matara. And even the mother cow is not giving milk. Calf is also not drinking milk, and the mother cow is also not giving milk. Rudanti ashru mukha gavo. They are all standing and they were all crying. All the cows, they were crying. Nah rishyanti rishabhavraje. And the bulls are also not taking any pleasure in pasturing ground. Yes, somebody can read.
Krishna Mataji. The calves do not suck the teats of the cows, nor do the cows give milk. They are standing, crying, tears in their eyes, and the bulls take no pleasure in the pasturing grounds. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you. So we see so many bad omens. We saw for the body, we saw for the animals, birds, Panchabhutas, how the sky was behaving, how the wind was behaving, the sun was seeming like declining in his effulgence, in his emanating the sunlight. The stars were fighting, they were mixing together, the rivers, the tributaries, all the water reservoirs, they were also disturbed, and the butter was not igniting fire. These are all come under the category of Panchabhutas. Then we saw about the cattles in this verse, that how the calves and the cattle and the cows were behaving, which shows, so the baby cows or the calves, they were not drinking milk, cows were not giving milk, and the bulls were also not taking no pleasure in the pasturing grounds. So this is about the cattles. Now, in the 20th verse will come about the deities. Daivatani rudanti va swityanti na uchchalanti cha ime jana padagrama purodhya akarshamanaha maha भ्रष्टश्रियो निरनन्दः kim agham darshayanti na. Somebody can read.
I'll read, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation. The deities seem to be crying in the temple, lamenting and perspiring. They seem about to leave. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and hermitage are now devoid of beauty and bereft of all happiness. I do not know what sort of calamities are now awaiting us. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. So the deities seem to be crying in the temple. So when the deities cry, again it shows the inauspiciousness, as if they are lamenting and they are perspiring, means the sweat is coming out. Now, this seems to be a different thing. Like sometimes we don't consider the deities to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We consider them to be made up of some material things. That is also a durbuddhi. That is also a bad thing that a bad intelligence that we have. Because the deities, they are the personalities. Okay? We should not consider that they are made up of some stone, some marble or metal or whatever. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was having this good intelligence that he was seeing them as person. So he's saying that they are also seeming as if they are perspiring or they are lamenting or they are crying in the temple, and which shows that they are about to leave. So this also is very important point that we have to understand. The deities in the temple, when they are served properly by the devotees, the deities become reciprocal. But the same deities, if they are not worshipped properly or if they are not served properly, then they are not reciprocal. It's not that the Lord is not there. The Lord is there, but the Lord is like a dormant condition. He doesn't reciprocate. The more we do service to the deities, the more the deities will respond to us, will be reciprocal. So now Yudhishthir Maharaj is thinking that as if the deities are seeming to leave that place in which they are residing. Means now he was seeing that the Supreme Lord is there in the form of a deity. But the Supreme Lord will leave And then what will be left? Then the material thing will be left, either the marble or the stone or the metal. So that's the understanding. So this also shows that how we have to be very vigilant when we have the deities at home. We have to worship them properly because they are the supreme personality of Godhead. Even though that pran pratishtha doesn't happen for the home deities, but still, the more we serve, the more we call upon the Lord to reside in that place. And the more we serve, the more the Lord becomes reciprocal. And if if we lag in our service, then definitely there will be no reciprocation. So therefore, for the grahasthas, it is very important. Prabhupada says that every home should have a deity, but not just as a what do you say? As if we are just keeping it for as some decorating piece, not in that manner, not in that fashion. Having deities at home should not be mere the piece of decoration. Having deities at home means there should be regularities, there should be service. The home becomes the temple. The kitchen becomes the kitchen of Srimati Radharani. And cleaning the home is cleaning the temple. So everything revolves around the deities at home because they are the supreme personality of Godhead who are now residing. But the more we serve them, the more reciprocal they will become. Otherwise, they will also leave, means they will also not respond or reciprocate. So that's how Yudhishthir Maharaj is feeling. And this is about the deities. And for the cities and towns and gardens, as if they are devoid of beauty and bereft of all happiness. So now he's saying, Kim agham darshayantina. I don't know why I'm seeing all these things and what calamities is going to come. I do not know what calamities is now awaiting us. Text 21. Manye etar mahotpater nunam bhagvatah pade ananya purusha shribhir hina bhur hata saubhaga. Somebody can read translation.
Hare Krishna. I think that all these earthly disturbances indicate some greater loss to the good fortune of the world. The world was fortunate to have been marked with the footprints of the lotus feet of the Lord. These signs indicate that this will no longer be.
Thank you. So now Yudhishthira Maharaj is getting some kind of confirmation in his heart that all these bad omens that he is seeing through body, through animals, through birds, through cattle, through deities, through Panchabhutas, all these bad omens are actually because Lord Shri Krishna is winding up his pastime soon. So he's saying that that will be the Hada Saubhaga, means that will be the great misfortune for the earth. Why? Because now the earth will not be decorated by the signs that are present on the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. Because Shri Krishna's lotus feet is marked with the beautiful footprints. But now, when the Lord will not be there, the footprints will not be there on the earth. And that's the greatest misfortune for the earth because those signs will not be visible anymore. So somehow he is getting that indication in his heart that Krishna is winding up his pastime or has already winded up. And that's why Arjun is getting late. So this way he was thinking. He was thinking and some things he was discussing with Bhimsen. And at that time, what happened? Iti chintayastasya drishtayetena chetasa ragna pratik agamad brahman yadu purya kapidhvaja. O Brahmana, O Shaunaka. So now Sutta Goswami is saying that while Maharaj Yudhishthira was observing these inauspicious signs on the earth, at that time when he was thinking this to himself, who came? Arjun came from the city of the Yadus. So he was seeing the chariot of Arjun coming. Kapidhwaja, that chariot of Arjun, was still marked with Hanuman. So Kapidhwaja, so that's another name of Arjun. So he was coming back. He saw Arjun's chariot coming back from the city of Dwarka at the time when he was contemplating. Tam padayornipyatitam ayatha purvamaturam adhovad vadanam abbindun srijantam nayana bhojaya. When he bowed at his feet, who? Arjun. The king saw his dejection was unprecedented. He saw that how Arjun was in a lamenting state. He was not happy. So when Arjun bowed down to Yudhishthir Maharaj saw that something has gone wrong, because he was seeing that dejection, that despondency, that depression on the face of Arjun. His head was down, Arjun's head was down, and tears glided from his lotus eyes, and he was crying. Vilokyodigna hridayo vichayam anuja nripa prichati sma suran madhye samsaram naradetaram. Yeah, somebody can read translation. Yes,
Can I read?
Go ahead.
Seeing Arjuna fail due to heartfelt anxieties, the king, remembering the indications of the sage Narada, questioned him in the midst of friends.
Thank you, Beta. So seeing Arjuna pale due to heartfelt anxieties. Why? Because Arjun was seeming very despondent, very depressed. So in that time, King Yudhishthir, he was remembering the indications that Narad Muni gave. So actually all the bad omens also he correlated with the same thing, that Krishna is winding up or has already winded up his pastimes. But now seeing dejection on the face of Arjun also made his point strong enough that yes, maybe the words of Narad Muni has come true, that the time has arrived. So Yudhishthira started asking. He didn't conclude it. That's the beauty. Okay, he didn't conclude it that something has happened, means that really Krishna has winded up his pastimes, his earthly pastimes. He has not yet concluded. So he is asking the questions from Arjun, that what is the reason for your despondency that I'm seeing on your face, the depression, the anxiety that I'm seeing on your face, what is the reason behind it? So Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking. Now that also shows the quality of a devotee before we start this verse, that the devotees don't jump onto the conclusion. They may get some hint, but still they will be quiet because they want a clear-cut answer. Okay, so till the time they are not clear on their facts, they will not speak. So all these bad omens, yes, he was discussing with Bhimsen, but internally he was contemplating that, yes, maybe the time has come that Krishna is planning to leave. And that was somehow confirmed to Yudhishthir Maharaj by seeing that despondency on Arjuna's face, but still he didn't conclude it. Still he didn't conclude it. So that's how we should learn from Maharaj Yudhishthira, that don't simply jump onto the conclusion. Hear both the side of the story and then come to the right understanding. Yudhishthira vacha kachit anartha puryam na swajana sukhamasate madhu bhoja darshaha Satvata Adhaka Vrishnaya. So now he's asking about Satvata, about Andhaka, about the Vrishni dynasty. So he's asking the welfare of everybody. Yes, translation.
Can I speak, Mataji?
Yeah, go ahead.
Maharaja Yudhishthira said, "My dear brother, please tell me whether our friends and relatives such as Madhu, Bhoja, Darshana, Artha, Satva, and Anantha are the members of the Yadu family or all passing their days in happiness."
Thank you, Mataji. So Maharaj Yudhishthira is asking, what is the reason? What has happened? Are they all right? So this is how. So he's also asking about the Madhu, about the Bhoja dynasty, about the Dashara, about the Arha. Are they all doing good? Are they passing their days in happiness? We all know that they have winded up. They are all gone. But still he's asking about the welfare of the Yadu family. सुरोमतमः कच्चित् स्वस्ति वथ मरीषः मातुला सानुजः कच्चित् कुशली Anakadundubi is Vasudev Maharaj. Yes. Somebody can read.
Is my respectable grandfather Surasena in a happy mood? And are my maternal uncle Vasudeva and his younger brothers all doing well?
Asking about Surasena, grandfather, and his mama, maternal uncle, because Yudhishthira Maharaj's mother is Kunti Devi, and Kunti Devi's brother is Vasudev, Anakadundubhi. So he's asking about Vasudev and his younger brothers also.
Hare Krishna Mataji, and what does the mean of Anakadundubi, so that this is called Vasudeva's name is?
Yeah, so it has been explained that Vasudev Maharaj, when he appeared, Dundubhi means all the sound of the instruments, they were there in the entire celestial planet, and therefore he is known as Anakadundubhi. Means when he appeared, all the demigods and everybody were very happy and they were playing their instruments. His name is Anakadundubhi. Yeah, that's okay. Sapta swasaras tatpatnyo matulanya sahatmaja sasate shashuna kshemam devaki pramakhasvayam. His 7 wives. So whose 7 wives? Vasudev's Maharaj's 7 wives. Now Vasudev Maharaj has 18 wives, right? 18 or 13? 18 wives, yeah. But now he's saying the 7 wives. Why Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying about the 7 wives? Because these 7 sisters, Devaki's sisters, were all wives of Vasudeva. So first he is asking about the 7 wives headed by Devaki are all sisters. So are they and their sons and their daughter-in-law, everybody is happy? Devaki Pramukha Swayam. So yes, he has 18 wives, but out of those 18, the 7 wives headed by Devaki were the sisters. All of them were married to Vasudeva Maharaj. So he's asking, are they okay? Are their sons are okay? Are the daughters-in-law and happy? They are all happy. कच्चित् राजको जीवति असत्पुत्रो स चानुजा हृतिका ससुतो क्रूरो जयन्ता गदशारणता. So now he's asking about Ahuka. Ahuka is another name of Ugrasen Maharaj. So he's asking about Rajahuka, means he's the king. Ugrasen Maharaj was the king. So he's asking about the king, about Ugrasen Maharaj. And he's asking about his son and all the younger brothers. And who was the son of Ugrasen? Kamsa. So Kamsa is already dead, but still he's asking. Hridika Shashuto Kuru. Now, Hridika is also the son of, one minute, 28th verse, right? Let me see.
Akrura.
Akrura, yeah. Yeah, Akrura. Akrura. Hridika is the father. Akrura was the son of, no. Okay, let's see what Prabhupada is writing. Somebody.
Hridika was the son of Akrura, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah, Tulsi Gopi Mataji, read the translation. R.
Hare Krishna. Our Ugrasen, whose son was the mischievous Kamsa and his younger brother still living, are Hridika and his son Kritavarma happy? Are Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, Sharana and Satrajit all happy? Satrajit all happy? How is Balram, the personality of Godhead and the protector of devotees?
Thank you, Mataji. So he's asking about Ugrasen Maharaj, and whose son was Kamsa Maharaj, and of course his brother, younger brother. Our Hridika, okay, Akrura's son is Hridika, and his son is Kritavarma. Hridika's son is Kritavarma. Are they happy? Our Akrura is asking about again Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, and Sharana, and Shatrujit. They all are happy. So who are all they? They are also the sons of Vasudev Maharaj. So Gada and Sharana, we know they were the sons of Vasudev and Rohini Devi. So sometimes in Bhagavatam also you see Krishna is regarded as Gada Bhrita. Right? So the Gada Bhrita means the brother of Gada. And that Gada is the son of Vasudev and Rohini. So he's asking about all the brothers. Are they all happy? Then he's asking about Balaram. But for Balaram, he's saying, Kaschid aste sukham Ramo Bhagavan Satvatam Prabhu. So he is first of all asking about Lord Balaram, but he is saying that Ramo, who is Bhagavan, who is the Supreme Lord, and he came for the protection of his devotees. So this is how he's addressing. He didn't ask how is Balaram. He's saying Ramo Bhagavan Satvatam Prabhu. He is the protector. He is the protector of his devotees. Who? Lord Balaram, Bhagavan Balaram. So how is he doing? So this way he is asking. Yeah, Saudamini Mata is saying Gadagraja. Yes, the brother of Gada. So Prabhupada is writing, Hastinapur, the capital of the Pandavas, was situated somewhere near present New Delhi, and the kingdom of Ugrasen was situated in Mathura. So while returning to Delhi, so what's the asking about Mathura when Arjun has gone to Dwarka? Okay, but while returning to Delhi from Dwarka, Arjun must have visited the city of Mathura. And therefore, the inquiry about the king of Mathura is valid. But also, we know that everybody, along with Ugrasen Maharaj, were shifted to Dwarka. So, when the 18th time Jarasandh attacked, after that, Krishna, he left that field. So, he's known as Ranachor. Right? He left that battle and he transported everyone from Mathura to Dwarka. But still, he's asking about everyone, and Prabhupada is writing, Arjun must have visited the city of Mathura. Therefore, the inquiry about the king Mathura is valid. Amongst various names of the relatives, the name of Ram and Balaram, the eldest brother of Lord Krishna, is added with the words of the personality of Godhead, because he is the immediate expansion of Vishnu Tattva or the Prakash Vigraha of Lord Shri Krishna. The Supreme Lord, although one without a second, nobody is there to duplicate him, still he expands himself as many other living beings. And the Vishnu Sattvas, living beings, are the expansions of the Supreme Lord, and all are qualitatively and quantitatively equal with the Lord. But expansions of the Jiva Shakti, they are never equal to the Lord. They may be qualitatively one, but quantitatively they are different. One who considers the Jiva Shakti or the Vishnu Tattva to be on an equal level They are known as condemned soul of the world. Sri Rama, Balaram, is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. Baladev acts as the spiritual master for all the devotees because he is Adi Guru. And that Baladev appeared as Sri Nityananda Prabhu during the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the great Lord Nityananda Prabhu exhibited his causeless mercy by delivering a pair of extremely fallen souls, namely Jagai and Madai. This is Patita Pavan. Therefore, it is particularly mentioned here that Balaram is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. And by his divine grace only, by his mercy only, because he is Adi Guru, one can approach the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and thus Sri Balaram is the mercy incarnation of the Lord, manifested as the spiritual master, the savior of the pure devotees. So all our Guru Vargas, they are all expansions of Nityananda Prabhu. They are all expansions of Baladev. Why? Because he is the Adi Guru. Therefore, Maharaj Yudhishthir is also saying, Ramo Bhagavan Satvatam Prabhu. How is Lord Balaram doing, who is the protector of all the devotees? Text 30. Pradyumna sarva vrishninam sukham aste maharatha gambhira rayo niruddho vardhate bhagavanuta. So now he is adding Bhagavan word to Pradyumna and Aniruddha also, because they are also the Chaturbhujas, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. So Pradyumna is the son of Lord Shri Krishna and his son is Aniruddha. So he is asking about them. How is Pradyumna, the great general of the Vrishni family? Is he happy? And is Aniruddha, who is the plenary expansion of the personality of Godhead, are they doing fairly well? So see how Yudhishthira Maharaj also knows this, that who is Pradyumna, who is Aniruddha. They are also expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are Vishnu Tattvas. At Dwarka, Lord Vasudev is engaged in his plenary pastimes along with his plenary expansions, namely Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, and therefore each of them can be addressed as the personality of Godhead as it is mentioned in connection with the name Aniruddha. So when the Lord comes, he comes with his own parshad, he comes with his own entourage, right? So therefore, Yudhishthir Maharaj knows this, and therefore he is asking about everybody. Swaparshad Suyadhama Sahavatari, right? So he comes, when the Supreme Lord comes, he comes with his own parshads, with his own entourage, and with his Sridhama, with his own dham also, he comes. Sushena Charudeshascha Shambho Jamvati Sutaha Anya Chakarshani Pravaraha Saputra Rishabhadaya. So now he is asking about Sushena. Sushena is the son of Satyabhama, right? Satyabhama's son is Sushena, and Rukmani's son is Charudeshana, and Jambavati's son is Samba and Rishabha, along with their sons and their sons. So he is asking about are all the chieftain sons of Lord Shri Krishna. And that is Sushena, son of Satyabhama, Charudeshna, son of Rukmini, Samba, son of Jamavati, and Rishabha, along with their sons, are they all doing well? So now this Yadu dynasty is a big dynasty, but Maharaj Yudhishthir, when he is inquiring about their welfare, he's just naming few of them, because it is impossible to ask for each and every person individually. So he's just naming few of them. And Prabhupada is writing the entire things that he is saying. Lord Krishna is married to 16,108 wives. Now each of them had 10 sons. That means multiplied by 10. That means 1,61,080 sons. They all grew up and they also had as many sons as their father. And the whole aggregate was something about this family number. The Lord is the Father of all the living beings who are countless in number, and therefore only a few of them are called the associate of the Lord in his transcendental pastimes, as the Lord of Dwarka on this earth. It is not astonishing that the Lord maintained a visible family consisting of so many members. It is better to refrain from comparing the Lord's position to ours. That's the biggest fault we can make. That when we compare ourselves with the Supreme Lord, we should understand that He is Ishvara and we are Ishvara Das. And it becomes a simple truth as soon as we understand at least a partial calculation of Lord's transcendental position. Maharaj Yudhishthir, while inquiring about the Lord's sons, grandsons at Dwarka, mentioned only the chieftains among them, for it was impossible for him to remember all the names of the Lord's family members. So what we'll do is we will stop here because it's already time. Text 32 and 33 onwards, he'll be asking about the same welfare. Or at least, okay, let's do 32 and 33 and then we will stop because that will cover up the entire section. Because he's asking about the welfare of all the Dwarkavasis. तथैवानुचर शौरे श्रुतदेव उद्धवादया सुनन्दनन्दशिष्णया च ये चान्ये शात्वरषभा अपि स्वस्ति आसते सर्वे रामकृष्णाभुजाश्रया अपि स्मरन्ति कुशलम् अस्माकं बद्धसौहृदः. So now he is asking about Tathaiva Anuchara, the constant companion of Lord Sri Krishna, Shauri. That is Shrutadeva. He is asking about Shrutadeva. He is asking about Uddhava Maharaj, and he is asking about Adya. Adi means others. Then he is asking about Sunanda and Nanda, who are the brothers of Vasudev Maharaj. He is asking about other leaders, Shishnaya. And he is asking about the Satvata Rishabha, all the liberated souls who are already liberated. Somebody can read the translation.
Also, Shrutadeva, Uddhava, and others, Nanda, Sunanda, and other leaders of liberated souls who are constant companions of the Lord, are protected by Lord Balaram and Krishna. Are they all doing well in their respective functions? Do they, who are all eternally bound in friendship with us, remember our welfare? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. So he is asking about every one of them that are they still, they do remember us? Are they still in the family, the friendship terms with us? So this way he's asking, like, because he wants to know that why Arjun is so despondent, why he's so depressed, what has happened. So before jumping onto some conclusion, he himself is making all these assumptions that are they all okay. Now Prabhupada writes, the constant companion of Lord Sri Krishna is Uddhava and all liberated souls, and they have descended along with Lord Sri Krishna in this material world to fulfill the mission of the Lord. The Pandavas are also liberated souls who descended along with Lord Sri Krishna to serve him in his transcendental pastime on earth. Why? Because the Lord appears just to come down. As stated, the Lord and his eternal associates, who are all liberated souls, they come down on this earth at certain intervals. The Lord remembers them all, but his associates through liberated souls forget due to their tatastha shakti, or the marginal potency of the Lord. The Lord remembers everything, but we then belong to this tatastha shakti, we forget. That is the difference between Vishnu Tattva and the Jiva Tattva. The Jiva Tattvas are infinitesimal potential particles of the Lord, and therefore they require the protection of the Lord at all times. And to the eternal servitors of the Lord is pleased to give all protection all times. The liberated souls never therefore think themselves as free as the Lord or as powerful as the Lord, but they always seek the protection of the Lord in all circumstances. So the liberated souls, they never think that they're equal to the Lord. If they start thinking like this, then that means they have not developed the right sambandha with the Lord. The right sambandha of the Lord can only be established when we understand that He is the Supreme Lord and we are His Das. That dependence of the Supreme Lord is constitutional. Jivere Swarupa hoy Nityere Krishna Das. For the liberated souls are like the sparks of the fire. The spark also has the light, also has the glow, but is not independent. Independently, the glow of the spark is extinguished, although the quality of fire or the glowing is there. Thus, those who give the protection of the Lord and become so called Lord themselves out of spiritual ignorance, they come back to this material world. So, we should understand that we are the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. But we are not the Lord. Even after prolonged tapasya of the severest type, we will not become Lord at any point of time. The moment we think that we are Ishwaras, we are in ignorance and we have to come back to this material world, no matter how much tapasya, how much penances, how much austerity we do. It doesn't matter. That is the verdict of all Vedic literature. So we'll stop here. In nutshell, we saw that how Maharaj Yudhishthir was himself feeling and experiencing some bad omens, some inauspiciousness in his life through various means, through places, through body, through animals, through celestial planets, through Panchabhutas, through deities. So he was feeling, or he was experiencing those bad omens. But not to jump onto conclusion, when he was thinking in this way and Arjun came from Dwarka, he started inquiring from Arjun that what has happened, because he was seeing that tears were gliding on from the eyes of Arjun. So he was thinking why Arjun is crying, why he is feeling so depressed. So he is asking different questions and he is asking about the welfare of Yadus. So we covered that entire section where he is asking about the different Yadus, about the wives of Vasudeva, about Ugrasen, about Ukrura, about Gada, all the brothers. So he's asking that are they all doing well? Are they remembering us? Are we still in that friendship terms with them? If everything is okay, why you are feeling so depressed? So we'll stop here. And verses were very simple and no purports were there. But as a part of Bhakti Shastri course, you have to memorize all these inauspicious signs, omens that are being experienced by Maharaj Yudhishthir. So please do memorize all this. In this section only this thing is important. Rest is okay. Yes, Tulsi Gopi Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. I was
reading reports, Mataji. Today there was nothing as such. Yes.
very nice to read and hear from your voice. Mataji, I was also remembering with the omens about the body. Both Ramayana and Mahabharat also have a example and mention. Like in Mahabharat, when uh, Yudhishthir Maharaj was gambling and he was losing everything, and Draupadi Devi was in her chambers before Dushasan came to her. Slowly, the left part of her body, her thighs, eyes, the right side of her body, her thighs, her eyes, it's explained that were twitching and she started fearing and feeling that definitely something inauspicious is happening because these were evil cousins and she always thought that yeah, some plot must be probably happening. And in similarly, when Sita Mata was in Ashok Vatika for 10 months, there also in Ramayana, it's explained that when Hanumanji entered and he destroyed so many asuras and he killed Akshay Kumar, at that time Sita Devi started feeling the twitching. Before that, she was feeling very sad and everything that 10 months have passed. And then when Hanumanji does all this, before she even meets him, she starts feeling the left side of her body twitching and she starts getting hope that looks like something nice is going to happen. Maybe my Lord Sri Ram is almost about to come here. And at that time, Hanumanji drops the ring down and she receives it. So it's very beautifully explained, these things. I was just remembering.
Thank you. Thank you, Tulsi Gopi Mataji. Yes. Praladananda Prabhu.
Done, Pranamata. I just searched for this Riddick, which we were trying to find out who is Riddick. So Google says that he is a Yadav and he was the father of Krutavarma. And this is mentioned in the...
Yeah, that is
Yes.
mentioned. Hridika was the
That-
father of Kritavarma. That is
Krutavarma, yes.
in the translation only. But whose father was Hridika?
Whose father was... He says that there are Swayambhu and father of Krutavarma and 9 other sons. Doesn't set go much on that one. Okay, another thing I wanted to know, Mata, you were planning to give some Chaitanya Charitamrita classes you mentioned some time back, right?
Yes, I was. But now, because of my busy schedule, it has moved to February.
February? Okay, yeah, no problem.
We'll start from February onwards.
Yeah. So please post.
November and December time. Yeah, poster says November 18th, but we have moved. Why? Because November it's Thanksgiving weekend, and then December is already holiday mood for everybody. So thought of doing it in February onwards.
Yeah, so we are eagerly waiting for that. That's so good to do that. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Thank you, Mata.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Parambhavani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, when Yudhishthir Maharaj was seeing some omens and was thinking about Krishna, but you were mentioning that he didn't jump into conclusion. But I was remembering the pastimes of Kaliya Daman when the Brajavasis were seeing when Krishna jumped into the Yamuna, and then Brajavasis was seeing the omens and they were thinking of Krishna only. So even if and then I think Amarendra Prabhu was saying that even if devotees see some omens and they think about something happened to Krishna, and like on the contrary, like conditions so like me, we think like something bad going to happen to me. So that was their like difference. We can see that
That's why we are Nitya Siddhas and we are Nitya Baddhas. Right? Because they are always conscious of Krishna. That something has happened to my Krishna. When Yudhishthira Maharaj was also thinking, in his mind he was contemplating the same, that maybe Narad Muni words has come true. Maybe now Krishna will be winding up his pastime soon, and when Krishna will leave, so Maharaj Yudhishthira is saying that everything will go on, this entire universe will become void.
So Yudhishthira Maharaj was not like he was hesitant to directly ask about Krishna. It's like asking the entire family about everything.
He's not directly asking about Krishna. He will ask about Krishna, but again, in the future verses, we'll see that he'll not ask directly about how Krishna is doing. He will say that how Krishna is doing in his Sudharma hall, in his assembly, how he is taking care of all the devotees, all the Dwarkavasis. Because Krishna is the one who takes care of all the devotees. So he'll not ask directly about Krishna, but he'll ask indirectly from Yudhishthira Maharaj. He'll glorify Krishna and he'll ask about indirectly.
That also Mataji shows that Yudhishthir Maharaj is not ready to hear anything. So he's just, asking. Yeah, so painful. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranam.
Yes, Indulekha Mataji, you want to add something?
Hare Krishna Mataji. And wanted to ask you a question, Mataji. Mataji, again, same that Parambhavani Mataji is talking about. The deities in the temple crying, perspiring. So Mataji, sometimes even during occasions, and I don't know if that is considered crying or that's different. Special occasions, they say show like Panchatattva deities during their Abhishek ceremony and all. They say that they're crying, but we assume that to be tears of joy.
No, no.
What is that considered to be, Mataji, then?
I know this thing has happened in the few years back. I know that His Holiness Bhakti Charuswami Guru Maharaj was singing, and there was a huge thing that they were seeing the tears in the eyes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this question was asked from Janinamas Prabhu and Pankajangri Prabhu also. So that's the mood of a devotee, that the devotee thinks that this is the tears of joy or some perspiration. But ultimately, we have to understand that because this was also brought up, that the same verse was brought up, that how can you say that the tears in the eyes of the Lord can be seen as the sign of auspiciousness? Because when we see the deities crying, it's a sign of inauspiciousness. So there was a huge, debate that went through at that time. But ultimately, we have to understand that the deities, they are personal, they are reciprocal. We have to take care of them. But the crying of the deities is actually considered to be the inauspicious sign. That's how we have to understand. Okay, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Also, was just searching for this Hridika's lineage. Yes, Mataji. So it looks like he's the son of Bhoja.
Bhoja.
And yes, his descendants are Kritavarma, Shatadhanu, and Devamirha. And from Devamirha is Surasena, whose son is Vasudeva.
Vasudev Maharaj, yeah.
Yeah, so Hridika seems to be like a great grandfather of Vasudeva.
And
Yeah.
he's the son of Bhoja.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji.
That's why I was also thinking that he cannot be the son of Akrura, because Hridika's sons are Kritavarma and Satadharma, and they were, along with Akrura, they were involved in that Samantaka jewel pastime. Right? So
Kritavarma was there. Kritavarma is there at the end of the Mahabharata war, we say. But okay, yeah, Kritavarma might have also been there then, yes.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Yes, Tulsi Gopi.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I had one question about the deities. Like, even in deity worship rules, it's mentioned one should not cry in front of deities. It's just not very much connected question, but I just remembered. Said explain why if someone is suffering and by mistake if tears come out while standing in front of the Lord, why it is not the right thing to do?
Because it is said that, see, crying in front of the deities is very auspicious. His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj says that this is the crying school that we have enrolled to, right? So crying is very important, and we should cry for the Supreme Lord. But that crying should be for the Supreme Lord. If we are crying for some of our material miseries, that is not right. That is not the right attitude. So in the 64 limbs of devotional service that Srila Rupa Goswami mentions in Nectar of Devotion and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he mentions that it's an aparad. It's an aparad of when somebody cries in front of the deities for some material things. But we have to cry for the Supreme Lord, feeling that separation, that longingness for the Supreme Lord, that is okay. But not crying for our personal things. Ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, aisa kar do, waisa kar do. That is not good. That's an aparadh.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Divyangi Mataji.
Hey Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for the beautiful
You must be
class.
knowing, Divyangi Mataji, about that entire debate few years back that happened.
Panchatattva, right, Mataji? Yeah. Yeah, I remember, Mataji. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Mataji, you were mentioning about the sons of Krishna, like Sushena, Charudesha. Sorry, Sushena, whose son is he, Mataji?
Satyabhama.
He's Satyabhama, and Charudeshna is Rukmini Devi's son.
Rukmini's sons. And Jambavati's son was Samba.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Okay, dear devotees, so we will stop here and we will continue from verse number 34 on Tuesday. And Her Grace Preeti Vilasni Mataji will facilitate that session. So we'll stop here. Thank you all so much for your kind association. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindu bhayevacha patitanam Namo Namaha Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai.
Mataji.